Okay, so the second day or the second part of salary, we're going to talk about equivalent earnings. Equivalent earnings are basically just how to compare who's making more money or which job pays more money or which job pays the least amount of money or how to find and compare basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about types of earnings, and this is basically how often you get paid, okay? You have your salary pay equivalents. Basically what I'm looking at is if you get paid monthly, which this is common in jobs that earn commission, which we're talking about salary right now, but monthly, that means you get 12 paychecks per year. If you get paid semi-monthly, that means you're going to get paid twice a month, so you're going to get 24 paychecks every year. If you get paid bi-weekly, that's every 2 weeks, meaning you're going to get 26 paychecks per year. Weekly is 52 weeks in a year, means you get 52 paychecks each year. Now, a lot of times people are like, what's the difference between semi-monthly and bi-weekly? Well, it's those two magic months. If you get paid bi-weekly, I know for me I do, and there's 2 magic months where I get 3 paychecks that month, where I get that extra pay. I usually budget for 2 paychecks, and then that extra pay happens twice a year. So that's what the difference is. It's just every other Friday or every other Tuesday, depending on how you get paid. Okay, so how do you calculate equivalent earnings? Well, we're just going to go ahead and follow these 2 simple steps. First, you're going to always find annual earnings first, and then you're going to take that annual earnings that you found and divide each of the other ones by that number that we just saw in the previous slide, okay? And I want everyone to do it exactly like this, because if you do not, we're going to have different answers, okay? So make sure everyone does it exactly like this so that we have the exact same answers. All right, find annual earnings first. Well, if you get paid $348 a week, okay, how do I calculate how much that is annually? Let me go ahead and go back. Well, actually, let me minimize this. There we go. Now we can see the entire screen. I'm going to go from weekly to annual, which is my step 1. I'm going to have to go and take 348 and multiply by however many weeks there are in a year. And right here we can see there are 52 weeks in a year. So I'm going to take 348 times 52. Go ahead and get my calculator back out. So I have 348 times, 348 times 52. And we get $18,096. Now, once you have done that, that's step 1. Now I'm going to take that 18,096 and divide that number by each and every other one. Now, you guys might be thinking, well, can't you just take weekly and multiply it by 2? You can, but it's not always going to work to where we're going to get the exact same answers. But if we all do it this way, where we find annual first and then divide, you will have the correct answers. If you do it a different way, some of your answers on quizzes or worksheets are going to be marked wrong just because of you did it a different way. So if everybody could follow this method, we all get the same answer. So I'm going to take 18,096, and for bi-weekly, I'm going to look over here. I get 26 pays a year, so 18,096 divided by 26. $696. Semi-monthly, that's 24 paychecks every year. So I'm going to go ahead and take 18,096 divided by 24. And that's going to give me 754. And now to find monthly, I'm going to go ahead and take 18,096 and divide it by 12. $1,508. Let's do one more example, and then you can go ahead and try these on your worksheet on your own. This one gives me semi-monthly earnings. So step one, I want to go ahead and find annual earnings first. So how many semi-months are a year? You can go back and look at the chart. It would be 24. So I'm going to take 376 times 24. And that's going to give me my annual earnings. $9,024. Now, let's go ahead and find every other missing part. I'm going to take 9,024 and divide it by 12 in order to find my monthly earnings. $752. Let's go ahead and take 9,024 and divide it by biweekly is 26 pays. $347.08 if you look at the rounding. So the penny is at 7, but since it's a 6, we're going to go and round it up to 8 cents. So $347.08. And finally, weekly earnings. I'm going to go ahead and take 9,024 and divide it by 52. $173.54, since that number, the 8 makes the 3 round to a 4. So $173.54. Okay, and that's all we're going to add for worksheet 2. Go ahead and complete worksheet 2 now.